Greetings, my friends. Sit ye down, and hear tales of the past, told by the ancient flame. There are many tellings of these stories. This one's mine. The building of the Wall of Asgard. Since the dawn of memory, strife has burned between the giants and the gods, the wild children of chaos, against the keepers of light. The giants sought to break the world and smother the race of men, whilst the gods strove to guard it and gladden it, raising beauty where ruin would have lain. Among the many tales sung by the gods, one of the first to be told is the making of their mighty city. The gods had climbed to the crown of a mountain so high that the clouds lay beneath their feet, and there they vowed to raise a fortress no giant could ever overthrow. They named it Asgard, the realm of the divine, and chose a shining plain upon that height for its home. Around it they wished to build a wall greater and stronger than the world had seen. One day, as they laid the first stones of their golden halls, a strange figure came to them. Odin, father of the gods, strode forth and spoke. "What seek you upon this holy height, wanderer?" The stranger bowed. "I know the desires of the gods," said he. "You would build a city safe from storm and from sword. I cannot raise your palaces, but I can build walls that no power shall ever break. Let me set a boundary of your city." "How long would such a wall take to complete?" asked Odin. "In 1 year's turning. I will begin on the first day of summer, and it will be complete by the first day of the next summer," the stranger answered. Odin pondered. He knew that if Asgard was guarded well, the gods could walk freely amongst men, guiding and teaching them, unburdened by ceaseless war. No price, he thought, could be too dear for such a defence. So the stranger was brought before the council of the gods, where he swore an oath that the wall would be finished within a year and a day. And Odin, solemn and proud, swore that the builder would receive whatever payment he demanded, if the work were completed to the last stone within the promised time. Without hesitation, the stranger looked at the gods. "O Odin, father of the gods," he said, "I already know my reward, for it shall be the sun and the moon, and Freya the fair one, who blesses all green things, as my bride." A storm rose in Odin's heart. That demand was beyond all bearing. The other gods looked at each other and cried out in grief and with wrath. "The world would wither without the sun and moon," said the gods, "and Asgard would darken forever without Freya's light. They would sooner have gone without the wall than grant such a great price." But Loki, clever, dangerous Loki, stepped forward with a sly smile. "Let the builder work," he said. "When the time draws near, I shall see that he forfeits his reward." Odin did not trust Loki for even a moment, but oaths had been sworn. He turns to the stranger. "I would ask that you complete your work alone, if you are to demand such a great price." The stranger, much to the terror of all gathered there, said this would not be an issue, though he would ask for his horse to accompany and assist him. The gods in good faith could not deny such a banal request, and such the horse was granted. When the morning came, it was the first day of summer, and the stranger returned, bringing only the great horse, as promised. The gods laughed softly to themselves, still worried, but they thought the beast was only meant to drag stones. Yet the horse did far more than this. He set the blocks, shaping and fitting them as though guided by some divine craft. Through day and night, sun and shadow, he toiled beside his master, and soon a great wall began to climb skywards, circling the growing palaces of the gods. The gods, watching from their halls, grew anxious. The wall would be done in time, and the sun, the moon, and holy Freya would be lost to them. But Loki only laughed softly. "Wait," he said, "I have my ways." And the gods, well, there was naught else they could do but rely on the word of a trickster. When 3 days remained before summer's new dawn, all stood complete, save for the great keystone. The giant's great horse, named Svadilferi, was dragging the final stone into its place. Then, under the silver moon, something stirred. Out of the forest came a little mare, swift and bright-eyed. She galloped past the great stallion and said, "Svadilferi, servant of such a cruel hand." The horse halted and called the mare back. "Why dost thou say such things?" he said. "Because," said the mare, "you labour night and day with no joy, no rest. Come, dare you leave that stone and run with me?" she teased, her mane glimmering like starlight. Svadilferi stamped the earth. "Who says I dare not?" "I say so," laughed the mare, and darted away across a meadow. Weariness and longing filled the great horse's heart. He let the stone fall, there were many days left before summer, and thundered after her. Down the mountain they ran, over the moonlit fields and into hidden valleys, the little mare always remaining just out of his reach, her laughter ringing through the night. At last she led Svadilferi into a deep wood and a secret glade. There they stayed, wandering and playing together. But the stranger, who was in fact a giant in disguise, seeking to claim great prizes from the gods in their hubris, awoke to find Svadilferi gone, and he raged through the mountains, seeking his lost companion. The next morning came, and the final stone lay where it had fallen. The gateway stood unfinished, for the giant could not move that final stone unassisted. He searched far and wide, but found neither his horse nor the sly mare. The sun set on the first day of the new summer, and the wall remained incomplete. The gods gathered before the builder, and Odin spoke. "Your work is not finished, stranger. You forced us into a harsh oath, but now it is broken by your own failure. You shall have neither sun, nor moon, nor Freya." In fury the stranger roared, shaking the very mountain itself. "Then I shall tear down what I have raised," he bellowed. But before he could even strike, the gods fell upon him and cast him beyond the half-finished gate. Odin's voice thundered, "Go, and trouble Asgard no more." When peace returned, Loki returned also to the city, smiling to himself, though he did not return alone. A small foal accompanied him with 8 legs that he had named Sleipnir, and he gifted this foal to Odin, for in time it would grow to be Odin's steed, the fastest horse in all the 9 realms. He admitted to the gods that it was he who had transformed himself into a mare and led Svadilferi astray. And so the wall of Asgard was finished by the gods that one final stone, now strong and gleaming, the city safe forever from its foes. Yet Odin, the All-Father, sat in silence upon his high throne. For though the wall was built, it had been done by trickery and broken oaths, and he felt that a shadow may have fallen on the heart of the gods. Was Odin right to rely on Loki and use trickery to get protection? Or was the sun, moon, and beautiful Freya a worthwhile price? That I will leave to you, and for now I grow weary, and so I bid you good night.